Another rarity, another campaign map. This time we're on the main card. And I know people have been crying out for a guide, so ta-da, here's the guide. And this time we've made some big improvements to the guide I'm sure that you guys would appreciate, so let's get into it. First thing you'll notice is a big change, as instead of going along a big long list of arenas or stages, we've broken down each stage from stage 43 all the way to the big one, the main event of stage 84. Whilst this means more pages, it means that you can refer individually to each match with the specific stats to the dot that you need to win that match and move on to the next stage. This has been made possible by a member of the SuperCard community named Count. If you follow my videos, you might remember him from helping out with my Block Bash guide. He runs a community-based spreadsheet for campaign, and thanks to that and some additional contributions that me and Paddy made, who is my editor if you didn't know already, we've managed to turn it into something that's a little bit more visually kind to the eyes. And we're going to go through each slide so you guys get a chance to either take notes, pause the video, or take screenshots. There's also exact stat numbers for every table match you encounter on your way to the top. No need for screenshots for the video because you got it all on this cheat sheet. So from the left to the right, you have the stage, then you have the arrows that are needed for each level, each of the 3 rounds, whether it's a male or female, whether it's solo or tag, the stat that's being played, and then the value to beat. We've also started the guide a little bit earlier than normal, and that's because there's a very steep incline around about stages 40 to 50 before it peters out and then you start getting to the super move arenas. So now that's all been said and done, guys and gals, if you haven't done so already, then I implore you to remind me to breathe. Yes, I need to remind myself to intake oxygen on a regular basis, and you can do that by hitting 1 like on the video. I mean, you might have already done it because this is going to be really helpful for you and it actually gets you to the very tippity top. But if you haven't, 1 like equals 1 breath, I guess. And to make sure you don't miss some of the best WWE games content you can find on YouTube, well, you gotta hit that subscribe button. Then comment down below. I want to know how many stars you want in campaign, even if it's just 1. No one's gonna judge you, just put it down in the comments. And hey, maybe share a tip for the ones who maybe aren't at the very top of Royal Rumble 25 tier. Going for this illustrious, beautiful Becky Lynch. And she is stunning. Also, the most powerful card in the game at the moment. No doubt it's gonna be eclipsed by probably a ranked event card, but yeah, she's dang good. Now, there's one thing at the moment that is going to really benefit you. Now, this isn't going to last forever, but I'd certainly take advantage of it whilst you can. And that is Block Bash is live at the moment, and so is the ability to instantly charge your super move. And you can do that by just playing a game. It really is that simple of Block Bash if you've leveled up your skill tree. Even if you haven't leveled up the skill tree, you still have the ability to use 1 or 2 games. Or if you're feeling super lazy, you can just fill up the credits. This is going to stop you having to go back and forth to PvP matches or events like PCC to get your super moves. So there's never been a better time to actually focus on campaign. I share a lot of tips in this as well, so make sure you keep your ears out for any golden nuggets of wisdom that I can share with you. So now we've gotten all the way up to the second to last set of arenas. And that's where we're going to segue across to get our final set of rewards. Then we're going to track the final arenas all the way up to 84 at the Lucas Oil Stadium, or what looks like the Lucas Oil Stadium, and the final match against Roman Reigns. So it's time to segue. This is my last pack before we go against the big man, the tribal chief. Well, we got to get through the big rigmarole of the 78s to 84, but look at that beauty here, and look at Roman Reigns laughing at me. Even if you make it this far, you'll never get past me. Not wrong, considering that there's cards here where they're like 75,000 stats. It's a little bit crazy. So let's get this Campania rewards. We're gonna be it's a mouth guard. I'll take it. What's a superstar? That's a train up. Brandy Rhodes. Not exactly what I was looking for manager-wise, but I'll take it. And I'll take it. This is a bit of a speed demon. Katana Chance, not one of the best in the tier, but any of the ladies is always a good one of the ladies to get. I'll take it. So let's just lock that in. It does tag with Tiffy. It does. That's a very good point. There's our last set of rewards, though. 18 1,800. I swear at one point I am going to stop caring about the stars because Cat Daddy still won't actually give us anything for the stars. I think it's something that should happen nowadays, but unfortunately here we are. Now something really big changed. Be prepared to be amazed because a new piece of equipment is on the town and it is going to change, in my opinion, this tier and the next tier. I'm talking about this. This is a Valentine's t-shirt and it is all power. This was slightly dropped over the Valentine's period and there are 3 versions of this. You've got this version for Royal Rumble, you've got a Feral version and a Legion. Now here's the thing that makes it so good. It doesn't just cover 1 or 2 superstars. It covers every superstar that is in the Valentine's event, including Charlotte Flair, who is part of the PLE cards, which is a massive dub. Izzy Dame, Valhalla, Rick Steiner. So this covers them for whatever tier they're going to be in going forward. If they're in like a Road to WrestleMania or WrestleMania tier, whatever one it is. But the biggest one out of all of them is Cupid Crush. Yes, that limited edition card you can get from Block Bash. It's part of this and one of the biggest hurdles you've got to get over. In campaign, the final level, there is a power match. You need to have it really high up to back up for other games. So this is one of those where I think it's intentional. It's very much intentional. Kind of like how they're dropping a charisma-based superstar for the ladies. Chelsea Green is in the daily streak next week, and I imagine she's going to get her own piece of equipment as well. This is only available by the web store at the moment. Whether they'll put it in game, I don't know. So for this match coming up, it's all power. The stats are ridiculous. The thing that goes in our favor is that it's all arrows. From this point onwards, solo 36,425 is needed. That's easy. We're just gonna put on that Valentine's t-shirt. Cupid Crush, done. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Which gives us 47.33k power. What? And then the last part, I'm going to put in Izzy Dame, which is a big get, by the way. Great for the next couple of matches. Valentine's t-shirt. And that's going to make Izzy Dame 41.09. You know, you could say, I've got the power. No? Okay. If you are struggling, your support packs, your support cards are going to be important, but also make sure you're doing the daily streaks, forging cards to help you progress. Certain ones, like for example, Chelsea Green coming up, Papa Shango, anyone who has these special cards, that's the kind of stuff you want to be focusing on. We also have the fusions coming up, which will make a difference. Now, the 78 is not the hardest in the world, but we've got to go all the way to take out big old Roman. This one's going to be a tough one to get through. I'm feeling we might need to be using the super move for this one because you need 90,000. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 90,000 to get past that one. It's a lot. Let's press play and see what we do. The worst thing we can do is try. If we do it without, might be enough. That gives me 90. I think that's enough without. We're gonna need to use the super move on the last match. So again, we use Cupid Crush. Cupid Crush is really, really important for this. If you get through it without Cupid, you've got some crazy equipment. We've got a guitar, which I've changed to Shinsuke. We're gonna need that brutal super move. Do you see those stats? Like, those stats are ridiculous. 165,000 stat points on that one. Bonkers. We didn't just get past 90, we obliterated it. The real challenge is here. It's time to play the game for the penultimate level in campaign. We are almost there, guys. The stats get a little bit insane. So the women's, we're gonna need, I think we might be good, might not be. This might actually need a super move. Yeah, this is gonna need a super move. This is silly. I'll tell you what's silly. Your face is silly. I also don't think I put all the cards in Momentums there. One of my most important pieces of advice I just went against. Guitar's now coming to our aid. That should get us just over 90, which is more than enough to beat 83. We are now approaching the final level in campaign. And I could have done this earlier, but I wanted to leave it a little bit of time. And it is donezo. Now comes the big challenge. Now, personally, I found stages 71 to 77 to be some of the more difficult. And I mean, we're going to show them on screen for you now, but my goodness, these ones were getting tough because you're locked to one arrow. Alas, if you make it through the 71s to 77s, you're then faced with what you've just seen. Stage 78 onwards to the very top. And you'll notice that the numbers become a little bit crazy. You're looking at up to 40,000 plus for singles matches. The only thing that goes in your favor is the free reign on arrows. And personally, 81 and 82 seem to be the ones I had the most difficulty with. Those are the ones I had to use super moves. Whereas 83 didn't really give me too many difficulties. Mainly because there's been a lot of charisma focused cards in the game this tier. Sorry, slap my hands. Rarity. But here comes the final level. We're going to segue out to take on the tribal chief himself. Segue. So I always come into this saying the stats are going to be crazy. So you're going to need for this final match is going to be power, charisma, and for the first time in SuperCard's history of running the campaign, the final match is not power. In fact, it is speed. They're trying to throw people off this time. Power, tag match, 77,275. This is the one where you might want to use your Legion, not only LA Knight, but you could even use your brand new Gunter, which would be really good, the Battle Pass card, and Jacob Fatu, which tags. Just so happens that he's a perfect card to go with Gunter, and he's a power and speed card. You put those together and use the most important piece of equipment for campaign, and that is the one that uses your abilities. You guys know, if you've been watching previous videos, the thing that gets most people through the campaign's final mission. Based on the cards that I've got, I don't think it's gonna be too much of a bother to actually get through this match. The power should be easily doable with Chad Gable, and again, Cupid is gonna be your main goal here to get him. Alternatively, again, I said it beforehand, you might need to go with LA Knight for this one. Why though LA Knight specifically? Well, because he has a proc, power and charisma, and your second match is gonna be charisma, and you need to hit 98,327 on the ladies cards, and that is very, very high. So this is where you need something like this Royal Rumble or a Legion or a Feral ability. You attach it to the Battle Pass card, and you look at the change it's made. BFT would now do 7,226 to not just power, but charisma as well. The other option you've got, of course, although it wouldn't go so well with Cupid Crush, is to benefit the final match, Jimmy Uso, because his proc is speed and charisma, and he has a higher proc rate, so there's more probability that it's gonna hit. This will then cover both final matches. You've got the charisma for the ladies and the speed for the men. Let's go to that final match then, shall we? Because it's a big one. That's what she said. You are looking at two cards with 66,000 each, which makes a total combined tag of 144,245 points. In other words, you're gonna need a super move. And that's on top of the fact that you don't have the choice of using your supports, because all of it is gonna be used probably on match 1 or match 2. So now you understand why you might need to call on LA Knight. Yeah. And without this guide I have, again, thank you to Count for the countless hours, countless hours that he spent putting this together to get the exact numbers, and to Paddy, wonderful editor, the GOAT, shall I say, the GOAT, who's helped me put this all together in a package for you guys. I can now prepare for this. Let's go. Are we going to acknowledge the tribal chief, or will he be bowing down to the one true champion? That being us. And us getting our hands on Becky Lynch, the best lady in the tier by a country mile. So we have the easy match first, Cupid Crush, Block Bash Chad Gable, Dexter Loomis and Jey Uso. Interesting tag, but hey, whatever. Second match, we got 41,650 plus 37,440. We're gonna add those two together, and I think we need a proc to get this done. I'm pretty sure a proc will be needed. Yes, and we get it. Tiffy Time drops in a proc and Chelsea Green. So I'm pretty sure, ladies and gents, we are about to finish campaign in the first try, which is freaking insane. So the final match, we have got 72,110, 70,190. Add it together with the super move, we have pretty much just crushed. And now, without even having a proc, It is done. I don't know what number we're going to get for Becky. We waited a little bit longer than usual to get the guide out. He says, I'm still the tribal chief, man. Give me that Ulafala. Come on. I want to wear the Ulafala. Come on, man. You lost fair and square. Roman is down, and we are up there with the greats because we finished campaign. There's our gold tokens for the fusions and the man Becky Lynch 173 in the world. But this has been an easy job because I've again focused on the daily streaks and I have pushed a lot of my efforts towards getting the best equipment. And we've got this beauty of a card. She's fully leveled, fully gamed, not with the variant done, which annoys me still, but I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. 1260 stars, it is over. But let's check it out, baby. Without even trying, she's my best without even momentum. That is absolutely wild. Let's check out the images. It's a great image of Becky, by the way. I love the images on the limited edition cards. The Hall of Fame ceremony, it's a good card for reasons. Oh, that one does go. This is old steampunk Becky. This might be the only cards that we can use the evolution image because it's just all blue. We've got the Schamberger art. You know what? I like that a lot. This one is another one, but I don't know how it... Oh my... We have a conflict. I think this might have just taken over as my favorite. So now we're going to add a piece of equipment to it. Let's just put in a counteractive one. We're going to go for a Rumble piece of power and toughness equipment, which is going to, yeah, it's going to literally level out the stats. That's going to beat literally every card. Now we take that and put it in momentum. 31k on 2 stats, 29k on the other 2 stats. I think literally that beats everything. And I've not even maxed out on her best stats. So there it is. I hope this guide goes on to help you get yourself across the line in campaign, and if it does, let us know in the comments down below with how many stars you currently have in campaign, whether you finish campaign or not. But in the meantime, I've been JB. You have been awesome. If you want to check out the most recent video we have just over here, or maybe you want to see how I got some of those crazy cards that I just used in campaign, well, you can see that just up there. But until the next time, peace out. Bye.